Hello, this is the third video in the first class. By the way, I wanted to show you a new equipment that I prepared for this semester. It's a whiteboard. I wonder how it looks. Like, say, nothing to write on, but let me see. Marker. Can you see this? Right. Okay, I will use it later. Can you read it? Oh no. I will see if it's useful. I just wanted to try this for the first time, and seems like it doesn't work well. Anyhow, we have two exams. The midterm exam is right after the spring break. I set the date after the spring break so that you can work during the spring break. It's Wednesday, March 23rd, and final will be determined later. I will follow the university schedule, but as the semester is delayed, the final exam schedule may be changed. So we'll see if how it's determined. By the way, it's the exams will be take home. So the main reason is to avoid potential COVID related problems. So for example, if you are sick on the exam, and then missing an exam is really cumbersome to you and to me. So I would like to prevent potential risk of coming to or missing an exam or coming to the exam while you are sick. So take-home exam, and I tried take-home exams like in the past 2 years, and it worked well. And what I'm going to do here is I will post the exam questions on Blackboard, like say like noon, 12 p.m. on Wednesday, March 23rd, and then you have 24 hours, or I can extend that. Giving you more time is not a big problem. So I will give you a certain amount of time so that you can work on the exam, and then you need to return your answers to me within 24 hours by email. Send me an email with your answer. So I only accept typed answers because typing itself is an important skill for Econ PhD, right? You have to type your dissertation. You have to type your paper to publish. You have to type your research report, wherever you work. So typing like economic arguments is a very important skill. It's more important than the econometric knowledge, right? So this typing, you may think typing is too cumbersome, but actually that's important part. So try to type your answer as clearly as possible, as formal as possible, as if it's your first paper, first dissertation, right? So, and also that will help me read it easily, and it works well. And for the take-home exam, you can use any material. You can just use your notes, your textbook, whatever. You can watch the video again, but you cannot work with another human. Like working with another person, there is no person like that. There is no person who will be helpful to you, but I want you to work by yourself with books or internet materials, but do not co-work with your friends, your classmates. Okay, and then homework. There will be 5 or more homework assignments, and also it's the same. you have to type your answer in PDF or MS Word format and send it by an email. Cork is not allowed. And I'll be grading very generously, so don't worry about the grades. Just worry about your knowledge, your learning, right? Grade is not important at all. I don't remember which courses I took in my PhD program, so frankly I remember, but I don't remember which grade I received. No one asked me. I did not submit the transcript to any place like for my Java application, so don't worry about your grades. And just worry about your comps, the comprehensive exam, and your knowledge, right? This is the outline. We are going to go through these chapters. Review of basic statistics, and this will last year I think I spent too much time on the basic materials. It's review of statistics, and so this year I'm going to recycle last year's videos because I think using these videos is good for you. Also good for me because it saves my time, but also it's good for you because if you know the basics, you can skip that. Or if you find the videos helpful, you can watch them. So for the next class, the second class will be replaced by last year's videos for the review of basics. So there will be, I don't remember how many lectures I did last year, but I will use them for the second class on the Friday class. And then identification and many topics. I don't need to explain them right now, but the main styles and my objectives. What I want to do in this teaching, in this course, is to give you a framework. I cannot teach you everything about econometrics. That's impossible, and given the time limit and your time limit and my time limit. So instead, I want you to give you the very essential ideas, intuitions, so that you can generalize the idea to different or more general models when you encounter a different problem later. So it's more about the framework, how you think about the problem, how you think about the model. I want to teach you that. I don't want to teach you what you do case by case. If you see this, you have to do this. If you see this, you have to do that. And then what happens if you see this? So I'm going toward more general, but simple but general model, and so I prefer a simpler models because usually in many cases simpler models are enough to understand the basic intuition. So for example, when you have one variable, one regressor in a regression model, and then you can later generalize more than one variables, more than one regressors. That generalization is actually not much different, or there are some differences, but it's so. Or if you want to understand a general regression model, usually you just need two regressors. If you understand two regressor case, then three or more regressors are automatic generalization, right? So there is no point of using three or more or like general k number of variables regression model. I will try to use two variable examples. And I'm not giving you the full details in some cases, but the details must be filled by yourself. I will just give you a sketch, but especially if you want to specialize in econometrics, the details are important. But if you are going to do applied work, then it will be less important. But still, I have to teach that, and you have to study that. And for example, understanding proof is another challenging part of econometrics, but I don't think it's important. Some proofs are really important to understand because that proof technique is widely used, or that proof technique involves an important intuition of that model or the problem. And then I'm going to show you the proof. But otherwise, usually proofs are just a statement of your intuition, right? It's more like, so proof is just translating your intuition to the language of mathematics. So I do not like to write down all the proofs, but you don't need to memorize the proof. That's really silly. But if you are going to do theoretical econometrics as your major, then the story is different. But in general, if you are applied person, then memorizing the proof is really silly. That does not help you at all. Okay, so this is a brief outline of this semester in this course, and later after this slide, the later part of this slide is about some softwares. I will introduce you some important softwares, useful softwares that I wish I knew when I was a student. Now I know these. Now I use those softwares, but when I was a PhD student, I could not find those information at all, and I learned everything by myself or like with help from my professors and my friends. So I wish I had this kind of resources. There are many resources online, but here I make my own list. So I'm going to use last year's video again because there's no difference. Last year I explained everything in the same way, so I will link the last year's video. So if you are interested, if you think it's helpful, then you can check last year's video. Okay, that's it. This is it. And thank you for watching the videos, and we'll see you next week. See you later. Bye.